December 29th, 2021, and we are live inside the FingerLakes1.com studio, where I'm joined by Jim Sinicropi and our favorite guest, Katherine Chase, for Wine Wednesday, which means it's already the end of the month.
End of the year.
End of the year, end of the month. Today's show is brought to you by DA Liquors in Seneca Falls. Obviously, 2021 is coming to an end. It's a no-brainer on where you can go to stock up. She has everything that you could possibly imagine, and why not ring in the new year with some of your favorite local wines? Or you can head to her specialty cabinets if you're a little bit more fancy when you're ringing in the new year.
Cabinets?
She does, for like high quality tequila and collectors and things like that. But of course, you can stop in there today, and they have something for everybody. And just like that, hello. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
I hope you had a great one.
It was good.
And now it's New Year's Eve already.
Our last show of the year.
Is it? Aw, we wouldn't want to ring it in with anyone else besides you.
You guys set it up just like this.
Yeah, right? This is the reason why we picked the date
last.
we did. Almost 2 years ago, I'd say. Now. It's got to be close to 2 years.
It's been like a year and a half, I think, since I've been doing specifically Wine Wednesday.
So we've been doing, so it's probably about like 18, 19, 20 Wine Wednesdays that we've done.
Something like that.
I always look forward to it.
Yeah.
Sure do.
It's always catered.
And if you had to guess, what do you think Katherine Chase brought on for us today, Jim?
Wine.
Specifically for the New Year's, you brought us some bubblies.
So I know I did this last year, but I brought totally different ones.
Okay.
But how could I not?
Yeah, I know.
Bubbles is a celebration wine. To me, I love bubbles all year round, all the time. Morning, noon, and night. It doesn't matter. Apologies for the heavy pours, but I feel like we're not only just celebrating the new year, but we're celebrating the end of this year. It was rough. It was great. It was everything all into one.
It sure freaking was.
And I brought some snacks too, to show how versatile bubbles are.
Yay!
So
always
let's get
holds
started.
that plate up. Yes. Let's get started.
So the first one I have for you guys is from 680 Cellars. It is the Gruner Veltliner Pet Nat. Marcia from 680 was here a few months ago, and she brought on another one of their Pet Nats. So I'll give you a quick refresher. Pet Nat is short for Pétillant Naturel. It translates to naturally sparkling in French. So unlike the traditional sparkling method, where the bubbles come from the second fermentation, these come right from the bottle in the first fermentation. So the CO2 that's created when the yeast eats the sugars is trapped. Therefore, there we get the bubbles.
A little less bubbly than the
little less bubbly, and it's cloudy because it's not filtered. It has the natural
delicious.
Fermentation. So this is Gruner Veltliner. It's an Austrian grape. You'll have aromas of baked bread, which I got the second I popped that cap off.
Baked bread.
Mown grass, and then you'll taste delicious candied pears.
Okay, pears. I was thinking, is it like an applesauce to me?
It's like definitely a green fruit.
Candied pears.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, 680 Cellars really getting it done out there.
Right. I was just thinking about that.
I love drinking their wine.
Yeah, and they just released images of their new tasting room that they're working on. It's going to be awesome because as you remember when they were formerly Torah Run, they had that stellar view over the vineyards and the lake. So they're making their tasting room. They're just capitalizing on that view.
Which one of these snacks pairs well with this wine?
All of them, I'd say. So we have popcorn, salty buttered popcorn, sea salt bagel chips, and then a honey goat cheese.
Ooh, that's
I'm
chocolate
going for the
pretzels.
chocolate covered pretzel with this one.
The pretzels will probably pair the best with our last one just because they're both sweet.
Okay.
But because pretzels have salt, salt pairs amazing with bubbles. So that's why you'll have it as like an appetizer or an introduction welcome wine when you go places because you usually have salty appetizers. But I just love popcorn all the time, but it's awesome that it pairs with bubbles.
I'm going back to what's funny, how you said like you could have bubbles morning, afternoon, night, because I swear when I was a little bit younger, I really just thought bubblies came out like, I'd be at a wedding when I was a kid and couldn't drink, and they'd bring out the champagne and stuff, and I was like, never thought that you could just drink it whenever. And now in my adult years,
we're adults, we can do whatever we want. But it does work. I mean, add orange juice for breakfast. Don't add the orange juice, whatever. But I think bubbles, They're so versatile. They pair well with everything.
They really do.
In my opinion. Kind of like Riesling. I think Riesling and bubbles just go with everything.
And like you say, you're going to have mimosas, but really you put like a drop of
Yeah.
orange juice in. Now that
Just
is
for
my
show.
adult life.
The cloudiness
a lot
of
of people I
this
hang around
one.
with love bubbly stuff. Not me.
No?
I don't mind one glass, but
Today you're having 3.
Today you're having 3. So the second wine, which you can see the bubbles
difference.
even more in, this is Hazmer's sparkling wine. This one is produced with the traditional method champenois technique, where, again, the bubbles come from the secondary fermentation that takes place directly in the bottle.
those bubbles. This glass is like a lava lamp.
It's so
Yeah, it is.
pretty. I know. I don't want to. I want to take a video.
I took a video of it earlier. This is 100% Cayuga white grapes. So you'll taste ripe apple, pear, honey flavors, and then the tiny bubbles leave your mouth feeling crisp and refreshed. And it's 1% residual sugar, so it's a tad bit sweeter.
It's great.
1%. You've brought on. I feel like 11%.
The next
residual
one's sweeter,
sugar
yeah.
before. I'll take
I'm
the 1%.
going to try a pretzel with this one.
It's really pretty, and I think the goat cheese is what I need. This is the definition of New Year's Eve to me. You see the bubbles, you take like the slow motion video
And
of
they
it.
haven't stopped since I poured.
I know.
No, I know. They've been
And you
pouring
had-
for a while now, and they're still cranking.
Tastes good with the pretzel.
Not too long that they're not still nice and cold. I'm such a sucker for goat cheese. It's ridiculous. So.
This is honey goat cheese. I just swung by Sodders this morning.
Oh, love some Sodders
I
cheeses.
pulled the food together last minute. I'm like, I haven't treated you guys with food in a while, and I figured I could not leave the year without giving
You're
you guys
right.
a little bit of something.
And you know what? That just is like a perfect description of how the year went, though. We're just kind of winging it and just kind of throwing it all together, I feel like. Trying to get through it together.
If you're going to be drinking 3 glasses of sparkling wine at 11 a.m. on Wednesday, you should have a little bit of food with
A
it.
little bit of food, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Oh my God, that's so good.
That is beautiful and tasty. Yeah, this is the quintessential thing you would expect to crack open.
Yep.
You know, at
Happy New Year.
11:50 p.m. on Friday night to do your
Yep.
big toast.
And
Is
if you've
that
already
what it
had your
is?
big dinner and you're still a little hungry, you don't have to have anything fancy. We just have popcorn, goat cheese, and
It's
pretzels.
so good. It literally
You can
goes
go
so
fancy,
good.
but you don't need to.
I think my New Year's this year is like the least fancy, calm New Year's I've had. Well, my adult. We'll just always go my adult
Since
life.
you started drinking.
Yeah. Since I started drinking, we're all gonna
When you
be.
were 14.
Yeah, and I turned out great. Thank you. We're all going to be very calm this year, and it's kind of refreshing. I feel like after the year that we've had, it's been a long year. It's been a lot of stuff going on.
What do you mean
This
calm?
will be nice.
Like, what do you
Calm
do?
as in, usually we get all dressed up. We go to like a hotel
Oh,
that
right,
has music, dinner, drink, all that stuff. Where now we're just kind of hanging out at my mom's house, and
I don't even know what we're doing.
right?
yet.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Don't you
I'm
usually always
waiting
have
to be
plans?
told what
Not
the
really.
plan is.
What do you usually do? You do something calm or crazy?
Usually pretty calm. I'm not overly crazy, but I am choking
You're
on
not?
popcorn right now.
We won't make her talk for a minute, but I'm laughing at the fact that you said you're not that crazy.
Yeah, I don't usually do crazy things
Oh
out in
no,
public.
maybe not on New Year's, just in
No.
your everyday life.
Sure.
But yeah, so it's weird to me though. Like, do you even like feel like this year happened? I feel like the last few years are such a blur now. The last 2 and a half
they
years.
definitely blend in together. The good and the bad. I'm
I
sorry.
have trouble. I have trouble figuring out what year stuff happening. So like,
Yeah.
right as coronavirus broke, like it was February of 2019, right?
No, it was 20.
Okay,
Wait.
see, I don't know.
See, yeah,
It just feels.
I
But
just
I
went
just
with
remember
it.
my daughter getting really, really sick, and nobody could figure out what it was in like the first or second week of February of 2020, and then like a month later, it was all about the coronavirus, and that's certainly what she had. That what she wasn't. They weren't able to diagnose.
Right.
It.
So crazy.
And now,
Now that's just what you probably have.
almost
Now
2
you can't
years
have a
later, she just tested positive on Christmas Eve morning. Can you imagine? So our Christmas was like don't want to say it was ruined because whatever. It's funny. Our Thanksgiving was canceled because someone had coronavirus, so we stayed home on Thanksgiving, and then here comes Christmas, the morning of like the best family party of the year for me, and guess what? We're staying home, and there was no way to prepare. It wasn't like. It wasn't like, oh, we're going to stay home for Christmas, so I'm going to buy all this food so I can make dinner here and lunch there or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we had a lot of food brought over to us, or I went and picked some up, but we were
That's nice.
quarantined or whatever in the house. It was the weirdest Christmas ever. I mean, it was just way different.
It's like everybody in this house is going to love each other for these holidays because you're
But you
stuck
stay
with
over
each other.
there.
Yeah.
Well, of course, my daughter was devastated. She was absolutely crushed for several hours after she tested positive, and we realized that we weren't going anywhere.
Oh God, it's nothing that she could prevent at this point. I feel like
no, and it's not her. She was looking to blame somebody, the friend of hers that didn't wear a mask or what.
None of that.
Things happen,
Yes, of course. So we have a Swedish Hill.
Yeah, Swedish
coming
Hill
up.
Spumante Blush. So Spumante is just another word for sparkling. It's Italian. So this wine was created using the tank method. So the secondary fermentation takes place in a pressurized tank. That's where they add the yeast and the sugar, and then they chill it to stop the fermentation. So it's kind of like an in-between of each of the ones that we've tried.
Yeah.
So this one's made primarily from Catawba grapes. So it's fruitier than the other two.
Certainly taste that.
It is 5% residual sugar. The bubbles will kind of dull it a little bit. It's got a great fresh grape and rose blossom aroma and flavor. It's a great alternative if you prefer the sweeter side but still want the fun of bubbles.
It's still really pretty, though, with the bubbles. And the smell is so strong.
It's very grapey.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, you're a Niagara fan, and these are similar.
Yeah,
so,
yes.
yeah. But it's not.
It's
The
got
bubbles
that
do cut
diamond
in.
vibe.
It's not like
No, that's still pretty
mouth-puckeringly
good.
sweet. Yeah. I can't wait to try it
definitely-
with a pretzel.
Yeah, I've definitely moved on to some drier bubblies now. But, I could have a quick glass of this for old time's sake.
I don't know, I have the same conversation we had a million times about how, it's like less mature to like something that tastes grapey, but sorry, I like what I like. And I wouldn't drink 5 glasses of this, but I like the whole spectrum.
It tastes amazing with the pretzel. It cuts back some of the sweetness.
I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, it
me
cuts
try.
back the sweetness of the grape.
Can you tell us why Swedish Hill might be a little bit more important to you after these last few days?
It's not more important than the others, but we did just move our headquarters to Swedish Hill, so that's where the Cayuga Wine Trail will be housed.
That's cool, though.
But I chose it simply because I didn't bring it on last year.
Oh.
I hadn't brought last year. I can't remember which ones I brought. I had to look it up, but I didn't want to repeat any of the ones I did last New Year's Eve, and I hadn't brought one of their bubblies. So.
Do you think that Jim...
Spumante Blush.
Spumante
I like
Blush.
that word. Do you think Jim or myself would remember what you brought on?
But I looked it up, and I just didn't want to repeat. I wanted them to all be represented.
That could be another Wine Wednesday where she secretly brings on 5 wines that we've absolutely tried before, and we don't know until the end when we're like, this is delicious.
Never had this before, and I'm like, actually, it was 11:03.
18 to 20 Wine Wednesdays that we've done, 3 to 6 different wines each time.
Yes.
I mean, that's a lot of wine.
That says a lot for the Finger Lakes, like we always say. You gotta throw that in there. I feel like, though, too, I've tried so many. I go back to the shows I do, and
Good.
I listen because I'm like, okay, I really loved this one, but which one was it? There's so much to choose from.
Yeah.
You've broadened my horizons,
And I brought on
times.
ciders, spirits,
Yeah.
also brandies, vodkas, gins.
Jeez, remember that? When we were like, oh, we're going to take straight vodka shots at 11 o'clock in the morning?
That was the later show time.
Yeah, 12. Wait, was it 12,
It was
right?
the afternoon then.
It was 1, I think.
12 or 12:30
Nothing wrong
we
with
would
that.
do it. I think we did it 12:30 to 1 in the
That was
beginning.
during the shutdown. When I was coming on with spirits. We needed it.
Yeah, we did. Oh, see, this is yes.
Reminiscing.
Yeah, we are. But still,
But it wasn't a bad year, you guys.
No,
Lots of
never a
good
bad
and
year.
lots of
bad
bad.
things and good things happen every year. Gotta roll with it.
Yep.
It
Sure
is what
do.
it is. That's what people say, right? It is what it is.
When
is
do
what
you
it
stop
is.
saying it is what it is and make
Never.
it more like, you know what? I'm not going to make it is what it is. This is what I want,
But
and
it
this is
always
how
is
it's going
what
to
it
happen.
is.
Which I know, and you
It
can't
is what
control
it is.
it.
I mean,
Always.
it is what it is.
Wow.
I don't know how more plainly to say it.
We're so philosophical. Philosophical.
It is what it is.
Another year of words being hard for me. I can't say that.
Consistency is key.
Thank you. I do keep it consistent when it comes to that. But yeah, you're right. We can't control things, and
No.
if we try to, it's going to make our years even harder. So does
Mostly
anybody?
how you perceive things or react to things. But if you really look at it, things are as they are, and it's more how you react to the
Yes.
circumstances
I
that
agree.
dictate the way you perceive it. So, you know, a pessimistic person would say, "Oh, this was a terrible year. I'm so sick of the coronavirus," or whatever they
Yep.
might say. Who knows? But an optimistic person will say, "Man, another year in the bucket to celebrate. What a great year!" Or this, that, the other thing happened, and you know. Even with the pandemic and the coronavirus, I mean, certainly there's some families that have had losses, and that's horrible. But it's just, sometimes to shake things up is not a bad thing.
No.
Like getting these consistent, not ruts, but just consistent. Not much
Patterns.
change.
Yeah.
Over and over, year to
Yes.
year. Oh, it's another new year.
Yep.
I mean, shake it up a little bit. Give
Yep.
us a pandemic.
And
We'll see
change
what
is
happens.
hard. So something like this
Sure
forced
is.
the change that was hard to start.
God,
Right.
change
You know?
is so hard.
So that was the silver lining, I feel
And
like.
with change comes concern, our trepidation, paranoia, unknown. But those are also some of the things that you get the best things out of. So it's
Help
like,
us grow.
like think about the
Gotta
time when
go
you
through
were.
it to grow through it.
Think about the first time you jumped. I remember
Said
they used
that.
to have a high dive at Vince's Park.
Oh, they did?
And when I was young, yeah, it was pretty
Wow.
high. When I was young, it was. I remember the first time I went up there to the high dive. I was scared. I was scared. And you stand over the edge of that, and again, I've gone off the regular diving board 10 million times, but here I was up on the high dive, and it was different. But I jumped off and I survived. And,
Proud of you.
went right back up again. Because once you, like I'm saying, like scary things are things that are different or that we're unfamiliar with. At first, cause a lot of stress, but once you go with it and get into it,
You get used to it. It's the new norm.
You grow as
Wow.
a human
Yep.
being.
Whoa.
So happy
You guys
New
just,
Year.
yeah.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Cheers. You got to look each other in the eye. Salut. That was I didn't know we were like that philosophical.
We got pretty deep, but
I
that's
don't
fine.
know which one of these I like the best because I do like them all.
You don't need to pick.
But
At this point,
yeah.
I've been just taking a sip
Of
down the
each,
line
yeah.
and back
the
through.
680 Cellars Gruner Veltliner Pet Nat
Yeah.
is the most unique.
Yes.
It's different. That's always fun.
It's
Yep. They also
delicious.
have Cabernet Sauvignon Pet Nat and a Merlot Pet Nat. I can't remember which one of those two we tried when Marsha was on. Maybe I've tried them both. I just don't remember which one she brought on.
I feel like it was a cab.
It might have been.
I don't know. That
It
was
was
just,
so long ago.
It was so, how long ago really was it? Maybe
I think
2
it was
months.
September. But
Yeah.
even since then, they've released so many new wines.
So they're doing great.
They're doing great. They're all doing great, and that's part of the Corona change. They've all had to adjust, and they're adjusting really well.
Yeah. No,
And the
Hazmer
customers
Swedish
have to
Hill
adjust
are
as
always
well.
incredible. 680 Cellar is kind of a newer name.
Yep.
Just really impressed with the ability of 680 to kind of experiment or to offer something
Yes.
unique. And,
Yes.
and it's all, for me, like their wines have been fantastic.
I think there might be my favorite.
I have a few on my rack at home right now.
Nice.
And then we
I did, but I drank them.
I'm in the process of a new kitchen.
the sweet. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. And I have a rack. I got a specific wine rack, and I'm just waiting till I can
To
start
fill it.
filling it.
You can
and
start
it's all gonna
collecting
be.
now.
I know, but like I feel like when it's in those racks, it's like
You're gonna need a
better.
bigger rack. I
Always.
like expanded my
Always.
racks a couple years ago, and I can never fill them up.
You're going to
Like,
need a cellar.
Yeah.
What you're going to need.
I would love.
That'd be the
Oh,
best
I have
way.
a basement that maybe I can. I'm planning out what I want to do for my basement already. Maybe in the corner.
That's a good spot,
We have
yeah.
a little
Little's the
cellar.
wrong word though. That's the problem. Is like
Yeah.
I said, I have a wine my wine rack probably fits, so let's say maybe 25 to 30 bottles.
Okay.
And
I
it's
think
not
that's where it
enough.
could be.
Not enough.
Okay.
No.
I don't know. Do you leave ones that you never touch?
Well, what happened was I would start to then bring home some wine from a winery that I was excited about, and then I would look up and I'd see this like, I don't know, a bottle of wine that I probably never would drink because it was either a wine that I don't even know how to explain it, but just a wine, not to say anything bad about any wines, but maybe a cheaper bottle of wine that maybe was given to us that's like a strawberry fruit or some crazy that I just stuck up there. So you swap them out. But now I have all great wines that I love up there and still no room.
So you could be that person that you're like, oh, you're at a dinner party and you pull it out and you're like, want to try this?
I drink a lot of wine too, so it's like you think I'd be swapping them out, but apparently I'm buying more than I drink. But one thing I did, no offense to the wineries of the Finger Lakes that I love, but there was a Pinot Noir that was on Wine Spectator's highest rated Pinot Noir for 2018, and I ordered 6 from Oregon. I don't remember the name of the wine. I really don't, which is kind of. But anyways, I ordered like 6 bottles of those because I was just like intrigued and I knew it would be good. But then I got them and like I don't have any place to put them.
Gotta drink them.
Well, I gave a couple away for presents, and then I drank 2 more. I think I got 2 left.
It's better to have too much than to want a bottle and not have any.
That's right.
I agree.
That's my philosophical statement for the day.
The 680s was the most unique. The Hazmer sparkling wine is the most classic.
Yes.
You would expect.
Most traditional that you would try. It's still bubbling.
It
still
is.
Yeah, look at that.
It is. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
I love how it does that. And you taught us about that one of these, but it's crazy.
And the Swedish Hill is classic with a little kick of grape flavor, which is fun and goes really good with the chocolate pretzel.
I love them all, but I really think the 680 Cellars sold me on this one, and that's exciting because I know, like we've talked about them a million times. Just the smell alone, like I can't handle it. But so
it
Jim,
smells like it would taste so much sweeter than it is.
Yeah, I agree.
But again, that's so as you recall, I brought on Cranberry Bog from Montezuma. That is like 11% residual sugar. They also have a bubbly bog, same wine, added bubbles, but the bubbles cut back that sweetness so much on your palate.
Did we try the bubbly one too?
I think I brought it on
we did.
once, yeah.
It's
just crazy how much the carbonation just cuts back that sweetness. So don't be afraid to try the sweeter because the bubbles will dilute that a little bit.
I haven't gone on a true take a bus wine tour in a while. And next time I go on one, I'm going to be like, I'm
smart.
a connoisseur. Like, just pour me whatever you want because I'm going to be able to figure out if it was in a barrel or if it was in a steel bin type thing or if it was fermented more than once. Like, I'm going to know it all.
I'm going to know it all.
The goat cheese was really good with the...
Isn't it?
680 Cellars.
I'm going to ask you quick to tell us what our weather is going to be like.
Yeah, I do want to hear about that.
Yeah, since we haven't
I feel like it's not going to
to
be disappointing.
It is. Can you say, though, that this winter has been warm?
Thus far, very mild, very warm. Yep.
I caught myself. I was taking the dog out this morning, and I was like, okay, where are we? We're basically at January. It's like, okay, January, February, March. I'm like, we only got like 3 months. We can do this. I made it through some of the times that it's usually a lot colder.
Well, it's been a mild winter so
Yes.
far. That's
so
for sure.
far.
Yes, well, let's
wood.
keep it going strong. So please,
all right, well,
tell
it's
us.
all in Jim's hands.
And I'm going to eat while you talk.
Speak about doing the wine trail. What better time to do it than January?
You think?
Yeah, it's going to be a little
Absolutely.
less crowded. And as many of us may have found out this summer, trying to make appointments ahead and stuff, sometimes you might not be able to get into the place you want to get in.
Very true.
January, it's pretty wide open. Get out there. There might even be deals on.
Absolutely.
Online. And you're going to have an enjoyable experience. You're going to be inside, most of the time, going from winery to winery, so the weather shouldn't be a concern.
And
making
one
me wanna
quick
book
thing
one.
to support that, you might even get your tasting from the winemaker or the owner. They don't have their summer staff.
Oh,
so you might
yeah.
get more of a one-on-one with the person who even made the wine or
That
who
is-
owns the property, which is just an awesome wine tasting experience.
Uh-oh.
So winter is always better for that. And it is less crowded.
We
so.
basically have said on these shows, I'm just going to say, we have said that a summer wine tour is amazing, a
They're
fall wine
all
tour
amazing.
is the best, and now we're going
Yep.
with winter. And
They're
you're
all
kind
different.
of, yeah, I want to kind of do a winter
Yeah,
wonderland
you should.
themed
They are
wine tour.
different.
Absolutely.
Fall is the best, if you ask me. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's obviously harvest time,
Yeah.
and the colors. It's just, and you're not going to be sweltering.
I've never done a
But
wintry
other than
winter.
that, it's 4 seasons. It's 4 season thing.
Oh, absolutely. We're year-round.
Go us.
Some close, some reduced hours, but in general, you can definitely still wine tour in the winter. And like we both said, you'll get that more intimate experience, even more intimate than the new tasting experience gives you, because it could be the person who made this wine.
Can we
pouring
reach
it
out
for
to
you.
you and be like, what's open, what's not? The Cayuga
Absolutely.
Lake Wine
Yep.
Trail.
We keep our wine trail up, or our website updated with all that stuff. Yeah.
We'll reach out to you and be like, where can I go? Where should I go?
I
And
can't
you're
tell
on-
you if it's a winemaker pouring that day, but
Yeah.
Are you entering your 36th year?
um,
At the Cayuga
we're
Lake Wine Trail?
we were 83, so we're
Well, what's
entering
this
our 39th.
What's this thing?
These are older
Oh,
glasses.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
39 years the Cayuga Line Trail has.
Yeah. We're almost 40. Oh, Lord.
Oldies. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Wow.
almost 50.
And we've got to be part of
Yeah.
2 of those.
And we are the first wine trail in the country.
In the country?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
about
that's
Cayuga
even
Wine Trail.
better.
First wine trail. Everyone wants to say it's California
Yeah,
because
what were they doing out in California? They just didn't have trails?
they just didn't have a trail or an
didn't have it
organization.
set up?
So
Stupid.
we
They
had a
must
couple
have-
wineries who were like, how can we drive more traffic? And they're like, well, what if we
Smart.
teamed up? Because now you're more of a destination.
Of
And
course.
Like the Super Friends.
Yeah. Can you
Remember this?
imagine
You
that
guys
wasn't
even know
a
what
thought
the Super
before?
Friends are?
No, I was just going to go with it.
Well, back when I was younger, there was a cartoon called the Super Friends, and it was like Batman, Superman, the Wonder Twins,
Makes sense.
Aquaman, and they were the Super Friends, and they convened at the Hall of Justice.
Is that kind of like the modern day Avengers?
Probably.
Right? I've never watched any of them, but it makes sense.
We
Tell
got,
us.
We got detracted from the weather.
Yeah. Tell us the weather, please.
Friday, which is New Year's Eve, mostly cloudy with a high near 49.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. In a great way.
It's fine.
And then Friday night, which is truly New Year's Eve, you're looking at mostly cloudy with a low around 42. So, I mean, pretty mild end to 2021.
That's not much of a weather dip.
Not at all.
No, although rain likely, but mostly after midnight, I think, on Friday night. So, and I don't like. I'm considering maybe not even doing the weather anymore on this show because it's Wednesday now, and so many times it's changed. And I'll be sitting there on Saturday and be like, "Man, on that show I said it was going to be this, and it's not."
Yeah.
Oh, do you? Because I never even remember when it comes to Friday. I'm like, I know Jim told me the weather, but I just don't remember
He lays
what
awake
it
as
was.
it's raining when you said it wouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
But going further into the weekend, the first day of 2022. 2022.
That is weird to say.
Weird.
Living in the future.
How are we
I can
gonna write
remember
that?
in the 90s thinking, man, it's going to be so weird when the year 2000 comes.
We'll have flying cars.
Yeah, that was.
2022.
We have yet to fly a car.
There was a
This
Jonas
year.
Brothers song that said, "Not much has changed, but we live underwater." And they said that was going to happen in the year, 3000. We're not there yet, so maybe we will.
Oh, we got time, yeah.
We
Yeah.
got time.
80
80 years.
Oh my. Okay, but to think somebody who's just being born, they're going to be in the year 3000.
No, they're not.
80 years.
Yeah,
That's
they
a
will.
joke. That'll be 2100.
Oh,
Oh, right,
80,000
yeah. Sorry.
years. Wait.
It's just a joke around the internet that you
God.
guys totally fell for.
I did. I just did the math in my
Yeah,
head.
980 years.
Go on. Please just
Well, someone
forget
born
that.
right now might live forever. I mean, that's the thing.
We
We're on
don't
that
know.
Precipice.
Bicentennial man.
Precipice
Maybe
of
Elon Musk will find something.
He
cure.
will. If he doesn't,
Saturday,
his child
first
will.
day of 2022. New Year's Day.
Okay.
It's going to rain.
Oh, nice.
Count on it. Book it.
Oh,
It's going to be
okay.
a rainy day, but a high near 51. So,
That's like
Jesus
spring.
yeah, open up the
Christ.
windows in the house.
Yeah, seriously.
So when my daughter had the coronavirus over the weekend, what we did was we did open up all our windows, and it wasn't 51 out. It was kind of chilly, but got
Some
the space
fresh air.
a couple space heaters going, fireplace and all that.
Make her
but
breathe out the window.
Windows open
your face
for
up
pretty
there.
much 3 straight days.
Wow. Okay.
But if it was a December of our childhood, you wouldn't have been able to do that.
Literally.
No, yeah.
Does that
Global
scare
warming.
you?
Global
Yeah, I
warming.
was gonna say, does that
It's a
scare
little
you?
scary,
It's a
but-
little concerning when we had
on 60 Minutes this week, there was a piece about the climate change effects on wineries, and they were at a California winery.
Yeah.
But here in the Finger Lakes, man, global warming, not such a bad thing.
Yeah. Really.
No, because we're naturally a cool climate, whereas California is not. So, yeah.
Go
that's good.
us. We're gonna thrive.
Positive news.
Yeah.
No, if there's one place in the world you might want to live during the climate change crisis, it would be the Finger Lakes.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang. All right.
Or Saskatchewan.
Especially
or
in New York, because we
someplace
just go through it
Saskatchewan.
all.
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
one
we could
day,
go
we
through
hit
3
all 4
seasons.
seasons.
Yeah. 3 of them in one day, yes.
Saturday night, the first time you'll lay your head on the pillow for 2022. Rain likely, low around 35.
Yay.
Sunday, rain and snow showers likely between noon and 1 o'clock, which I don't know how now they know it's going to rain between noon and 1 o'clock. Don't count on that.
It won't.
Forget I said
You
that. It'll
shouldn't
rain
have said that.
sometimes, probably between the morning and the afternoon, but
It might not.
I love
high near
your
38.
input.
High near 38. And then heading back. Oh, actually, I should mention Sunday night.
Do
They're
it.
calling for snow showers. 60% chance, low of 19. And I don't think
Wow,
I
that's a
predicted
change.
a teen.
Dang.
Yeah.
19?
That's normal.
From
though.
50
That's like what we should be at.
Right, and then
Yeah,
come
well, we don't
Monday,
wanna be
chance
at
of snow showers, mostly cloudy, high near 28. That's a more normal high for this
Ah.
time of year. So enjoy on Friday the 51-degree weather.
That
Or is it
is.
Saturday?
Yeah. Don't put your winter coats away just yet, guys.
Yeah,
don't
Saturday high near 51, Friday high near 49.
So all I'm going to remember from this show is that you said Saturday, no matter what, it's going to
Between
rain.
noon and 1.
Only between
gonna
noon and one.
It's going to rain.
If you have outdoor plans at 11:30 or 1:15, you're good.
Get them out of the way. Get inside at 1 o'clock.
It just sounds like a typical New York weekend where you don't know what's going to happen with the weather.
Bring a few layers,
That's
as
why
Jim
I
would
just
always
Wear
say.
layers.
I'm starting to feel less comfortable given the weather on this one.
But you're not the meteorologist.
No, I'm not.
You're
Because
just the
Yeah.
messenger.
I pass along the National Weather Service forecast.
I do base it on what you say, so there is a little bit
wow.
of like, get better at it.
Well, I've noticed that we've been wrong about 50% of the time. So
Dang.
I say, like, why do we even do the weather? Especially we're 3 minutes over here. We didn't need to talk about the weather.
Yeah, we could have talked. I mean,
we could have
I
just talked
wanted to
about
know.
cheese or wine.
Yeah, like we do always. But like he said, just like that.
But your weather allows us to eat while you talk. So
Yeah.
One last toast
One last
to
toast.
Catherine Chase and her wonderful appearances on this show.
Thank you.
Throughout
It's
the
like
year. Look forward to
nostalgic.
more in 2022.
Yes.
To all our viewers, who are numerous.
Yeah, very great.
Happy
Some
New
loyal.
Year, 2022. Pretty
Whoa.
much probably going to be the best year ever.
Oh,
Probably, yeah.
Now you heard that here first.
Yep.
Okay, so it's gonna be the best year. I'm cheers into
And
that.
that is not according to the National Weather Service.
That's according to the Jim
We are
Sinicropi.
manifesting it for you.
Cheers.
Finger
Cheers.
Lakes one. Cheers, guys. I'm gonna take a shot. Delicious, and just like that, we
Just
will
like
see
that.
you in
January.
2022.
Yep.
That's so weird.
Fine.
Thank you for coming on, as always.
Thank you for always having me.
We love you. And thank you for everybody that was watching. If you enjoyed the show, you can click like, you can share with your friends, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be back in 2022. And until then, have a safe and happy New Year's here in the Finger Lakes.
Happy New Year.
Aww.